on ground, and they agreed to given their time and views to us. Truly helped everybody to ignite new thoughts. I like some of these quotes. Simplest minds are the most profound, and the greatest truths are the simplest. So, with this, thank you so much, all the panelists, Mr. Dinkar Patil, Mr. Sandeep Sangvi, Dr. Daksha Shah, and Dr. Harish Shetty. And thank you so much, Dr. Kanan, for conducting the first panel. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And with this, we move to the next part of our conclave. We have a very interesting personality, and who's also a partner for this conclave, Mr. Sai L, Director, Radhasai IIT. And we'll request him to share his views on prudence through passion and perseverance, innovative hybrid learning, a way forward. He is from Radhasai IIT, the institute which in its very first batch carved a niche segment wherein all the students scored 96% and above in JEE mains All India exam in 2021. And so we requested him to share his mantra on the topic. Mr. Sai.
Hello, Mr. Sai. Thanks a lot. It's a privilege for me to share the same dais. As a matter of fact, I should say the same screen with eminent panelists and distinguished, enlightened erudites. Now, let me be very frank. It took hours of deliberation for me to point these two words, enlightened erudites, that could synchronize today's august presence. I could relate to these two words as you all, panel jurists, are the ones who have carved a path which otherwise is insidious and untrudged with your sheer altruism and devotion. And you all, panel jurists, have transmographed this untrudged path into a smooth trodden one for generations to come. And that is why it took so long for me to carve these two words, enlightened erudites. With due respect to this elegant and eleemosynary panel jurist, and with your permission, I would take the first topic of mine, that is prudence through passion and perseverance. So there are three words, prudence, passion, and perseverance. Let me start with the most important characteristic that has developed this class, this institute, that is the characteristic that is imbibed in me and my team member, that is perseverance. Now, what is perseverance? It's an ability to remain innately unmoved, and in total control of oneself, even if there is utter chaos around you. So if there is utter chaos around you, still you're unmoved, then you have a characteristic called as perseverance. Now, how to build this characteristic? How to build this perseverance? See, one have to train your mind to function in a single-minded, one-mind approach. Now, we as human beings are very dynamic. We are lucky. We are blessed. We can have many minds working simultaneously to act, to react, to learn, many minds. But the most important aspect of your life, say learning process and studying process, you can't have many minds drifting in various directions. You have to train these many minds, bring them together as one mind. Then only this learning process or the studying process begins. And this bringing all these different minds, dynamisms together as one mind is only through meditation, I believe. And that is why where I'm sitting here, it's a meditation center, meditation zone inside our classroom. Because meditation is an integral part of human values, I believe. It is a training of many minds to come together. We have seen miracles in our class itself, wherein students who were there in the 80s percentage in their standard 10th have scored above 99 percentile in JEE, which is an all India examination, one of the toughest examination in the world. Now, they were competing with the brilliant minds of India and they scored 99 percentile and above. And this is, I believe, this credit should go to our team who worked on developing the most important characteristic, that is perseverance, in them through meditation. Unless perseverance is inculcated, everything is lagged. That is our mantra. Now, I hope, I'm just a teacher. I hope Dr. Shetty can now mark my words, and if I'm going wrong, he can interrupt me anytime, sir. Now, what we have done in our class is that we have developed perseverance in our child through meditation. Now, consider a child who regularly scores in the range of 65 to 70%. Regularly. He is happy in his zone. Now, any commoner would categorize that child as very steady because he is always in his 65 to 70 bracket. But we as teachers, we know that when that child is writing examination and when he is about to cross that 70%, that threshold of his, which he himself has created, and when he is about to cross that, he innately does some silliest and silliest of mistakes and tries to remain in his zone because he is very comfortable over there. Now the teacher's role here is paramount. The teacher has to pull him to the next zone, to the next level. And teacher's job becomes easy if perseverance is inculcated in the child. Right? So that's why we stress highly on building this important characteristic called as perseverance. And once the child develops perseverance, suppose a being has perseverance characteristic inside, the patience inside, then he starts to dwell within. That is what we believe. Our team believes in that. And he starts exploring the hidden treasure. The hidden treasure, every child has hidden treasure. But to dwell within, to search for that, the child has to develop perseverance. And once he comes across that hidden treasure, it's like a coal. Now we have to drive this coal into diamond. And coal to diamond is only possible through extreme pressure, extreme endurance. And for that extreme endurance, passion has to be ignited. Passion कभी भी ignite नहीं कर सकता है कोई भी इंसान without the help of gurus, teachers, gurumas. So the enlightened beings, the brilliant teachers, if they are in the surrounding, we as parents can also be a teacher. If brilliant teachers are around, then the passion within the child gets ignited. And to search for that passion, the child needs perseverance. So we believe, first, the basic characteristic any human being, specifically the child, should have or should inculcate is perseverance through meditation. And second, the child has to ignite passion, and this job has to be done through brilliant teachers in his vicinity, in his surrounding, along with him as a buddy. And once this perseverance and this passion, once this perseverance and passion is inculcated, then the third characteristic, that is prudence, wisdom, it flows. It flows smoothly. Wisdom is all around. Only when perseverance meets passion. Now, and be minded, my dear students, panel jurists, if correct me if I'm wrong, these are the three characteristics of keywords that will shape the future and determine the stature of our students in society at large. That are passion, perseverance, and prudence. Now, last year it so happened that pandemic set in, and we were in a state of dilemma of what we could do to enhance the same level of intricacies, the same level of bonhomie with our kids. Now, our teachers, they are all IITians and doctorate. They came up with a brilliant idea. They just replaced the white screen boards, right? The inanimate boards with smart boards, 85 to 90 inches and width, the same size as that of the white boards. In fact, like some of the teachers were working from home, they purchased, spending lakhs of money, to touch screen laptops so that they can be more interactive more intensive, and the videos, the PowerPoints, and the analytical charts were discussed. We reduced the number of size of our batches so that we could see their faces, we can interact more. In fact, it was a blessing in disguise because we could feel that every child is on the first bench now, right? So basically, this pandemic helped us to view education in a hybrid model of offline and online. Now, this will be the way forward, I think. Offline, when students are in teacher's zone in classroom and concepts are taught, concepts has to be taught one on one. This is offline. And online, when teachers are in student zone in the comfort of their home, online, it can be at night also to solve their doubts and revisions. That is what we followed. We had lectures at 11 o'clock night sometimes, and students, girl students and all, they were the comfort of their home and solving their doubts. So the way forward, I feel, is the hybrid model of offline and online coaching. One, small sized batches. It's much more necessary now. Third, smart boards, right? In fact, smart boards are the way forward now. And fourth one, brilliant teachers. So I want brilliant minds of this country to look forward as teaching as an alternative instead of going to any corporates and creating more inquisitive minds and ingenious minds around. Anything else other than this four, like offline, online mode, small batches, smart boards, and brilliant minds as professors, anything else is just a compromise for the education sphere in our country. These are my views, sir. And so, and saying so, I seize my topic. It's God's grace that I got this opportunity to present my views.
Thank you, Mr. Sai. Thank you, Mr. Sai. This was wonderful. You have shared certain experience which will be useful for all of us.
And Mr.
Yes,
Sai, I'm so sorry to interrupt or interject. In fact, Dr. Kannan said that each one should reach one, right, to withstand this emotional turmoil of pandemic. Now here we had adopted a policy of each one teach one. Dr. Kannan. Here we adopted a policy of each one teach one so that every child interacts with every other child. And in that sense, the bonhomie between them increases. It's a familiar feeling. If a child is down, the other child pulls him out. So the teacher's job has reduced. As Dr. Shetty very well said, that the principals have to counsel the teachers and all. Here, the students are actually counseling the teachers and inculcating a path of family feeling around. So that's very important. We as a family, as Indians, should. That's why I said everyone, all brilliant minds. There are so brilliant minds in India. They should work towards teaching more kids, even to the underprivileged and deprived part of the society, because there are brilliant minds over there.
Thank you so much for your views, and it's since morning there are so many points which we've got and which we can incorporate in our day-to-day practices in various schools, and that will benefit the overall society. Thank you so much, Mr. Sai.
Thank you, Mr.
And wishing you the very best, continuing the pursuit of educating young minds in the country. And thank you.
Pleasure.
And thank you to be a partner with us in today's forum. With this, we move to the second panel. We have very interesting set of panelists with varied